Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Canal Town here in City Skylines, where recently we expanded many of our industries. In the last episode, we expanded the fishing industry, which now started to make us some sweet cash money moolah. As we now got a nice little fish farm set up, a couple of new fishing runs going out to the sea. Things are going swimmingly, pun intended, because you don't fish. Hilarious. Well, all this industry growth that we've been adding in recently has now started to create quite the residential demand. So we're now pretty much ready to continue the expansions of Canal Town, of the city on the outskirts, to fill those jobs. Damn, look how many people are waiting at that little stop right now. Holy moly. But guys, welcome back anyway. We are here, boys, and we have got lots of expansions that we need to do in this beautiful city of Canal Town. Now, I want to work with this area over here. Two reasons for it. One, that's where the space is to grow. But also, eventually, I want it to kind of then marry up with our beach kind of tourism area to this peninsula here, which I want to turn into a slight nature reserve. I think it would be pretty cool that they could camp out near the lighthouse next to the abandoned car and the shipwreck, which is just over here right now. I think that'd be kind of pretty sweet. But I want to work with this area and kind of build it all up to kind of merge the tourism into the city, so it pretty much all feels like one. Now, if you are enjoying this series so far, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But it looks like we're starting to have a few little garbage issues again as well, so we need to kind of take a look at that at some point. As we grow the city, we obviously go completely over the demands, so we need to kind of sort those bits and bobs out. But yeah, this is what we built last episode. Beautiful little fish farm. Nice, sweet. And we only built these two here because we was kind of waiting for the tuna to subside before we can start fishing it. But hopefully these fish factories should be a little bit more busier as time goes on. Only time will tell, boys. Only time will tell. There we go. They've actually got their products. They're all now making those premium goods. Anyway, let's work with this area then. So, I reckon what we need to do first is kind of get all the road layouts done. So, we're going to work with this area. We're going to go to... what style of road have we got over here anyway? We've got like a normal style road, don't we? There's nothing too crazy going on with this. Normal style road. Do I go with like the grass, or just keep it nice and basic and simple? A normal 2-lane road. Yeah, that's what we'll keep it to. So we've kind of gridded all these little miniature islands. I want to build and kind of add the final additions to this. So what I'm going to do is do I build the road against it? If I build the road slightly against it, it means I can't then zone the opposite side, so no one has to live directly next to the train tracks in that kind of regards. He says. Right, if I just go to here for now, because I don't know how far I'm going to stick out just there. Actually, we'll just go to there, and then we'll kind of bend the rest. So we should be able to do this pretty simple, which is just about there, right? So, trying to keep it all in fashion. There is I mean, it's quite difficult to do. 18 by... Okay, it's going to work either way. 18 by 17. It's the same thing, kind of. Right, we'll come down to about... there for now with this. So we kind of keep into the theme of running right to the edges, because it enables us to add in canal stops here, there and everywhere. We'll now do this as a elevated section here and create the overpass for the road. So at the moment that's the only connection. It's not the only connection I want, because then if we bring it back down again, we have a connection directly there underneath. So we're creating this little looped system as well. But also the roads are going to connect over this way too. So not much to kind of technically worry about at the moment. So if I also run down like with this then, we'll just kind of run to here, elevate it up and over, creating these overpasses, and then we've got to figure out how we connecting it down to there. But let's just kind of finalize this. I want to do it like how I've done with this section, where it just kind of all meets up and matches at random places. So we can kind of follow the level of this. So we'll just keep going. And at some point, we'll then switch it and change it over. So I'm liking these wide open sections that it does create. And I reckon from here is where we'll go straight up to there. And then we'll kind of meet, not in the middle, but we kind of like have this slightly slanted grid system going on, which will really bulk us up. We're going to create more crossings as well. And I'm going to bring this up for the final time, allowing these to continue. So I don't want it ordinary. I don't want it kind of basic. I want it quite nice. And then what we'll do, I reckon we should bend the rest of this. Like that, just to kind of end it all up. It looks funky. But of course, we extend the roads. So you get these straight roads running through that come to an end, which we could utilize this as the crossing point. There we go. We'll do another crossing point just here. Like that. And that's all the crossing points we're going to technically have. It looks really weird, but trust me, this is going to be absolutely glorious. Now, with this underneath here, I can then should be able to get the bend just in to have this flow through. And what you don't realize is it all flows through quite nicely. Got these nice connecting points to alleviate the traffic so they don't all have to go across the big interchange section that we have pretty much all set up. So now we're on to this side, which this one gets a little bit more difficult because the road all of a sudden becomes elevated. You don't really want to connect too much to this, but looking at how not busy it is, I reckon we could connect to it. So we just got to figure out where's best for us. So we connect there. If I go 1, 2, on the third one, which that will be the 30. Is it 30? No. Is this 30? 29. That's 30, right? So that's a 30 away. So it's long enough, big enough that we shouldn't have to backlog the traffic as they kind of come in. So we'll see what happens there. Now this is going to resort back to its good old-fashioned grid. That's all it's going to do. Back to the good old-fashioned grid, boys. So we'll kind of go from here. And we'll run this down. So that is 42. So if I came back 11, which would be 31. And that's 11, right? Yes. Perfection. There we go. Now this is a little bit different because what I could actually do on this is I could do a 10 by 10 bend to kind of bring that in and down, but then it doesn't really work out too well, does it? So I reckon we'll kind of scrap that idea. Let's get back to business. And then we'll go to here and up. So the alignment is slightly off. That's why we kind of get some of these kind of crisscross grids not looking or running too perfect. But how far can I... Oh my goodness me, that was a big lag there. How far can I take this grid? I'm going to see how far I can take it before then I have to kind of start, you know, changing things up. And I reckon this is where we have to then do it. So if I went down to there, which that's a... If I went to here... And then... No, actually, if I go to here... And then end this here with the bend in. So it just kind of flows in nicely. And then do the same thing to this. If I come out to there. And then where's the 10 marker? It's actually a 12. Bend that round. The land will kind of transform to it. So these roads are the ones that bend in are the ones that kind of flow through. To kind of skadoodle down to the area. So that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So you won't notice how gritty it is until it's all kind of complete. But I reckon there is another connection kind of set up in here. If I had this snap in. Right. And then this here would be the next road. So if that's to there. How do I get these points right now? If I kind of went bam like that and then bam like that. Let me just try something real quick. So there's a slight bend on this road right now, which kind of matches that. That's the easiest way to do it without doing the parallel tool. Right, and then see if I can then bend this in. So a 7 by 9, we'll just go with it. And then we'll have this. I'll have it a straight connect. And then we'll apply our own little bend. I mean, it's not really going to work out too well, is it? But you won't notice it, okay, guys? You won't notice it. So that becomes like a little bit of a through road. So does this, to which we then going to connect up to it. Oh, what's happened here? Where's my road gone? There we go. So, if I stick out by... That's the 10. If I stick out by the 11... And... This becomes a little bit more difficult to now figure out how to connect to. So 13 by 11. And then that'll be a 13. Oh, do you know what I'm thinking right now? I'm thinking we need to do something a little bit different in this little section here. And that is to do maybe a 5 by 5 bend. 5 by 5 bend. Because I don't really want to connect to that road just yet. Because all this is going to flow under and through. And we'll have different connections elsewhere. To get to certain areas, you're connecting different sections. That kind of comes in, which will kind of connect into there. And then, is this the 10 marker coming out? Yeah. We'll bend this right now. So, in one hand, I'm trying to keep the road flowing free to certain directions. On the other hand, right, we're not. If that makes sense. To be honest, there's nothing stopping me kind of connecting to that. But I don't want to start using this as the cut through. I want them to go around the 4-lane road as they, you know, should do. As they are intended to do right now. But we'll only go as far as here, because this is where the nature reserve will then start. So that's why there's not going to be too many connections around here for too much traffic. We'll have a solid connection coming in, connections from there, and then we'll have this road completely separate as the bypass to get over to this industrial area. So that's as far as I want to take that. We'll just quickly add in this little section right now, which I don't really want to connect it at all. So I reckon we need to... Well, let's actually first... Right, if I went and utilised this space here, I wonder if there's anything I can actually do. Is there another connection involved in this? I don't think I would want another connection involved. If I did a 4x4... I'm just trying to see if I can do anything a little bit different. Right, what type of a bend here? 4x4, and then in. I'm always looking for something a little bit different is what I'm trying to do. Alright, delete this back. Alright, there. 4x4. And I could cross this over and create connections, but I might leave that quite open. Plant some trees, have a little bit of life. So this looks like a complete mess. Okay, I think we can all agree it looks a complete mess at this moment in time. So this is where the magic now actually happens. Alright, if I just run through all of this with a little boundary of the water. There we go. All nicely covered. And then how is the power situation? So nothing really technically connects over here. So you got to be a bit careful about that. I do want to try and keep this road free, because now as I build up these roads here are going to get slightly busy. So I want to keep it free to a certain extent. So normally I'll put like a bunch of commercial down here. I don't really want to do that. We got commercial. We'll start with the commercial anyway. And I reckon we should place the commercial down maybe in the awkward spots. That's what I reckon, in the awkward spots. We've gone high density. So provide some shopping facilities, boys. And then we'll do it here as well. A little bit of shopping just there. Because these are all little areas and where I can put little canal stops here for the ferry lines. For the shoppers. Which would be quite important. I can do one there. I can do them kind of staggered over. Which would be quite handy. And then that provides jobs, so the rest of it then all has to then technically be residential. So I don't know how much they're going to love living next to the train line and the highway at the same time. I think they're going to hate that. But it is what it is, guys. You got to suck it up. You chose to live there. I didn't pick your house. You bought that real estate. Alright, cover you all up. Cover you all up. Now, we'll just completely zone it all, and then we'll start placing the services. Because I know it's going to take a while to technically grow. So get all this in. We'll pick a point there where we add more in. And just kind of smoothly go around. Get it all on this side. And I reckon we'll just do that for now. Let it grow and let it see how it looks. And then we'll just kind of technically go from there. So, services. Healthcare. We need a hospital. And we'll go for a big boy. Oh, I could place the hospital over here. So if I ran the road coming in. Like that. Drop a hospital just there. And then we'll sneakily put the crematoriums in the back. You don't need to know what's behind the hospital, boys. That's where we burn the bodies. That sounded really evil. And ooh, that's a good shout. We could do... I'm going to do... Oh, there's actually no services over here. I'm going to do double services. Now, if I put them on this side, it mainly covers this area because there's no quick, easy access to these islands over here. So I'm going to do double services here. We're going to drop a fire station there and then one here. Right? So it gives us great coverage to both sides. And then do the same for the policing. Do the same for the policing right now. We're going to do the high capacity one. Right, drop you there and then you there. They do need power, by the way. One does get power, the other one doesn't. So I'm just going to run this over here for now. Oh, does something not have water? Oh, wow. All that placement, and the one place I didn't do it is the main place where I'm putting my service buildings. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Alright, there we go. You should now have water. You should now be fine. Right, schools. We do need more additional capacity for schools. So we'll start at elementary school right now. And where am I putting these? I feel like they need to kind of be around this area. Sole reason being the nature reserve is going to be around there. They might kind of walk into it, who knows. But standard elementary, your standard high school, give us a little bit of capacity. Nothing too crazy going on. Nothing too jazzy. I mean, that's as basic as you want it to kind of be. It's just the main reason for this all is having people living here close to where the jobs are. And it merges the cities together. So one last thing I will kind of technically do is put like maybe the odd little park in here or there. We have some content creator pack stuff that I could kind of maybe throw in. The odd little American football field, which is quite large. Wait, what's this one here? The community baseball complex. Oh my goodness, that's absolutely huge. The suburb one, we've got the cricket pitch. Do you reckon they play cricket in Canal Town? Oh, they do now. They do now. I need to fix my tree mod because I like to plant like a bunch of trees around here. Anyway, I wanted a few other bits and bobs too. There's all other stuff as well I can kind of get in. But let me see. What are these here? These are the hotel stuff. These are the carports, which is quite. I can put a couple of carports down if you wanted to. These are the finner variations. Let's drop a couple of these finner variations down. Do they provide entertainment value? They do. 100% 100 entertainment values, which I find hilarious. Right, so that is literally all that demand that I built up. This is what it's grown to. But of course, it needs power to flourish. It does need power to flourish. So we'll give it a little bit of a helping hand for now. And we'll place these down in areas that I eventually will delete them. So you down to there. So this area will get a little bit of power anyway. And then we'll be fully functional. And then hopefully it will then eventually grow and connect. I feel like these guys are going to need a little bit of a helping hand as well. So we run it on the shoreline. I will eventually delete these power lines, don't worry. And I'll probably just wait for the schools to get connected. Rather than build any more. Unless I just did it here. Right, now we've technically got power. They can now flourish and grow. And we now have this area which eventually will be built up to connect over to pretty much all the jobs over here. Now, what is the unemployment rate like these days? I mean, it's low, but there is... Wow. There's 15,000 more jobs available than potential citizens that can work. That's why we need to bulk up the population. Holy, I didn't realise how bad it was. Damn. That's crazy. I mean, sometimes you can have issues with, you know, not having enough jobs, but I have the complete opposite issue. I got too many jobs. I need more people. Anybody want to immigrate to Canal Town? Apply for a visa in the comment section down below. Right, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That really is. So we should start to see eventually a little bit more hustle and bustle around this area. It will take time for it to all grow. Don't get me wrong. It will take time for it to all grow. But what other stuff could I plant down then while we are technically waiting? What about like the banking situation stuff? Like, I don't really have anything around here for banks. I mean, how big of a bank would you technically go? It would need to be in the kind of commercial district. So I'll plant that just. Squeeze you in just there. Very good. We have over here a historic police station. Very nice. Very nice. Is this a historical fire station? Very nice. Very nice. Right, that's all good stuff then. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that would kind of be beneficial around this area. These are all for the stock market stuff. No. Ooh, these are the pedestrian. Are these the pedestrianized stuff? What is this one? Yeah, the pedestrianized landmarks. Trying to see if anything will be kind of be. Ooh, the disaster memorial. The old clock tower for the old town. I feel like that should be over here somewhere. Maybe here is the last or first thing people see as they go through the tunnel from the old town of Canal Town. That'd be pretty sweet for us. That'd be pretty sweet. But this is going to take a while to grow. This will take a while to grow right now. We've got the old courthouse. I need to create an administration area for Canal Town. I really do. I really do. So right now, the only form of public transport is technically these two stops here, which once weren't really being utilized, would now be kind of handy for some of them. But I now have this extension of the canal line here that I could, you know, also run boats along to pick people up. I think we also need to kind of think about maybe doing, what do you reckon to a tram system going down the shoreline, guys? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. But this is gearing ourselves all the way up to building the nature reserve around here. This is going to bring a lot more people over. So that's where you would really, really want to then kind of get that additional kind of canal run in for the ferry system. That would be really, really important at that point. It really would. So this will take some time to grow. It is bringing quite a few residents. But the state in which we're currently at in the game is where everything then technically slows down. This is why I can't wait for City Skylines 2, boys, because hopefully we get bigger city limits and my city doesn't go at 100,000 residents. Please hurry up and bring that game out. But anyway, I think we'll end it for here, guys, because like I said, it's gearing ourselves up for the next episode right now. This needs time for it to kind of grow, to bulk up, and to add more residents to our city. We're probably going to need like 150,000 residents just to kind of meet the quota right now, because not everybody moving in is eligible to work. So I reckon 100,000 residents without any additional jobs might be enough. Who knows? But until next time, I will see you all soon. So goodbye.